What up, what up? What's going on? What is going on, people? Welcome to the Reverse Flip Deal Desk. We are live and we're rolling. So, guys, I'm going to go through a couple different deals that I found recently, situations, underwriting them, running some comps, etc. We're going to get right into the proceedings this evening. And as always, if you have any questions, pop it over here in the comment section. I will be watching them. You know, I literally, pay attention to them live, and I will run your play if you want me to live. So, as you can see here on my screen, there's a deal that just kind of popped up through a list that I was building, and I was just messing around. Let's just run this play. Let's check this out. Okay, so the last mortgage that was on this house was $405,000. You can see it right here. It's a bunch of liens, utility liens. This is recent. There's a notice of list pendants, which is Chicago Apartments LLC. Let's see what that's about. Probably the foreclosure, but we'll get to it in a second. And I don't know how much equity this house has because it's pretty strapped as far as I can see. But it says it has 31% equity. It was listed and then canceled. Fix and flip opportunity, ready to start, etc. They wanted 470. That's a little crazy in my opinion. Hey, what happened? Here we go. So here, hey, what is going on here? Okay, let's just go through it this way. All right. So these were the listing pictures. This is in a great area of Hollywood, for the record. All right, and let's check this out. First things first, based on the debt, which is 405, let's just use 420, right? Because there's going to be some lag there. Let's use 420. Let's look at the comps first and first. So it looks like a full reno, right? And we're going to zoom in over here. Our app pulls it from the MLS and the off-market data. So this is just south of Johnson Street. So I'm going to do my best to stay right here within that pocket. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go boom, boom, oh, boom, boom. Then you double click and you're done. And it'll eliminate all that other stuff. Now I'm looking at, you can move that around too, by the way, on our app, so it'll re-update the comp. So now I'm looking at everything that's really close by, these two being the biggest ones that are the hottest ones to me because they're the closest in proximity to my property. All right, so welcome. Now I see we got some solid people. So you have our subject is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,558 square feet, and we're gonna match that up against what we see. So these two right here are, this one's sold and this one's active. 402 days on the market. So the market is telling something's wrong with that house. We'll get to that in a second. All right. We are trying to find the ARV and then an as is. Okay. So, based on what I could see, you got a lot of different values going on here. So first one I'm going to look at is this 3-2 at 935. Let's look at that one. It was bigger. Obviously, it's 1,920 square feet. I assume this was a really nice house. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty house. I don't know that this was a fix and flip. It might have been. Yeah, it might have been. I'm not sure. Wow, yeah, it's a beautiful closet, right? You got the whole thing. That's a true master bed and bath, okay? So again, why is that important to me? Because I'm looking to compare it up against our property, and I got to make sure we're matching up. This has a pool. I don't know if our subject property has a pool or not, but we'll get there in a second. This closed in 14 days. They did it with permits, etc. So I'm going to just look and say, hey, was this a flipper? Like, who bought this, right? So it was. No, it wasn't. I mean, he got a good deal either way. I think this was a cash buyer for sure. Yeah, he put up he got a construction loan for Crap 2 Family LP. That's crazy to say. But yeah, he bought this for $500. Easily put over $100,000 into this house. And then he flips it for $935. I think he probably put like $150, maybe more into this house. But he did well. He did very, very well. So I could tell you right off the bat that you have a cash buyer that came in and bought this other property, which is one of our comps, at 500 grand. All right. How do I know that? Because I can look at the transactions. I see right here, boom, that's what he closed on. He closed August of 2025, and then he sold this in sold it a few months later. Oh, not a bad day. Okay. All right. Let's go through here and let's keep breaking down what we got. So I'm not saying our house is worth 935. It's just the first comp I'm looking for. I think 935 is real high, but I mean, it is a direct comp and it was bigger and it has a pool. So I'm just going to check something out really quick. This is our house. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at the Google Street View of our house. Here's one of the major issues though with our subject property is this one right here. Major issue is that it's on a major road. Okay. It's on a main road, both sides. So it's on the main road of North 46 and Johnson. It's a lot of traffic. It's a corner, not as desirable, right? It's got the phone poles right here, right? You guys see it's got a bus stop right here at the corner. Listen, if you're asking somebody to pay 900 grand for this house, there ain't no way that they're going to do it. It's also smaller than the other one. So let's back up through the aerial and let's see if we have a pool, which we don't by the looks of it. So again, the 935 had a pool. It was bigger by 400 square feet, and it was not on a major road like that, and it was just bigger, right, overall. So let's keep going down. You have this thing over here. Let's go take a look at that. This is active on the market. No, don't tell me you froze. Oh, you little critter. All right. So that one froze. Okay, let's keep going down. All right. What I want to find out is what's going on with this list pendants and what's going on with our subject, right? We know that there's a utility lien, which is already a trigger. Then we know there's a list pendant. So I'm going to grab the case out of here. That's the case number. And then I'm going into the Broward County civil case search, all right, in doing so. So I'm going to look up that foreclosure case number. Here, nope, my bad. Case number, boop. And I'm not a robot. Interesting. It didn't appear. Let's take off the dashes. Record searches are limited to first. Okay. You know what? Why don't we do it this way? Let's reset and let's look up by the owner name. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I skipped it. Chilocco Apartments. So it's owned by an LLC. That's probably why we couldn't find it. So we're going to do that. And here we go. Boom. So this is a closed JD Horizons versus Chilocco. Who is that? The defendant? Oh, this is a little messy. All right. Let's look at the complaint. So JD Horizons versus Carpe Diem. Didn't spell that right. Oops. Let me see. There's a mortgage. Property located in Broward County. Okay, we got to confirm that this is the right property. 405,000. Looking for the out. Here we go. Lot and block. So they closed this out. Looks like it was a hard money loan of some kind, if I had to guess. Here's your mortgage. So I'm just looking through the mortgage here, guys, and I'm looking to see what's going on. See if I can find any gold. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. All right. All right. There we go. All right. 405,000. So lot 13. Block 195. Let's just read the legal description. Block 195, lot 13. This is the right house. So if you can't find it by an address and you can't find it by the property ID or the folio number, you can always look it up by the block. So I grabbed it here. It says lot 13, block 195. Then I come over here. It's a little manual, but it's pretty ninja. I look at the legal and it says lot 13, block 195. That is the right house. All right. Now, I'm actually going to look this up and see what's going on here because it's not listed. It was listed, but it's not listed anymore. Yeah, so this is off market. So this is a fix and flipper that got in trouble, honestly. Clearly, he got held on his head. So if I wanted to call this guy, it's more than enough meat on the bone here and more than enough motivation to go ahead and call Samuel, all right? So that's a good one. Now, let's keep going. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, like, hey, Will, what list did you do? What are you looking at? I'm looking at Broward County, and I'm looking, let's cut this out. Single families, recent tax delinquency, list pendants, and I'm going to take this off. I got 147 properties that are recently tax delinquent. I'm actually going to take off the tax delinquency, and I only want to find this. But wait, I want to trim this down a little bit more. So now I'm going after properties in pre-foreclosure that are non-owner occupied, all right? Absentee owner, for lack of a better term. And I'm going to go, because it's Broward, I'm going to go a max of $600,000 in assessed value. See, so we went from 200 and something to 120, which I like, all right? If I wanted to as well, I could do only off market. It's only 4. So let's not even click that. Let's just leave it at the 120. If you want to go after another little ninja list that honestly I think people forgot about. It used to be a cool list back in my day. Sound old. Expireds, withdrawn, and canceled with motivation like this. Think about it. Somebody wanted to list their house. They listed their house. Then they had the motivation to sell. Then they took it down for whatever reason. Maybe the realtor didn't do a good job. Maybe it wasn't the realtor's fault. Maybe they got out of foreclosure and then back into foreclosure. Maybe they thought they could solve it another way. Maybe somebody passed away in the midst of all this. So maybe now it's a probate. Maybe they got violations. Maybe they didn't know how to clear off the liens and violations. You see? So there's a lot of maybes that could have happened. And I like the list. So if you went after expired, withdrawn, canceled, you have 16 of them. All right. Now let's go take a look here and see what the heck we got. So here's a withdrawn. I don't like that one. Well, why don't we stay in Hollywood and just look at this guy? So it says 49% equity. It was listed yesterday, and then bam, it was taken down. Okay, so you have a list pendants from 2020. So again, we're gonna go through. Where is my case number? If I can't find it, I'm gonna look it up manually. All good. It's not here. Looks like they didn't file it with it. So There's a quick claim deed to an LLC, so I already like that. It's a little weird going on here. They do have a 3.1% interest rate. I like it. So why don't we just look this up? Here you go. It's another LLC. All right. Some of these people, some of these LLCs are getting in trouble. This looks like fix and flippers that are just in trouble to me. So let's see what's going on. Nothing. It's an interesting name. So let me try looking it up this way. Nope. Okay. Okay. I wonder what happened. I mean, I could tell what happened. The property, you know, needed some work. Yeah, let's see. Property. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's some mold going on over there. Is it better to call the homeowner or the realtor with a withdrawn canceled listing? Definitely call the homeowner first. Then I would call the listing agent to try to get some information, right? Because the listing agent's probably going to give you all the dirty of what happened with the property, why it didn't sell. Oh, yeah, you know, the homeowner had squatters in it, or, oh, yeah, the homeowner was a pain in the ass, and, you know, I couldn't show the property, but they had liens and violations on it, and then, you know, this popped up from the title company, right? So I would do some digging over there. And, yeah, but I would call the homeowner, right? In this case, you guys could tell why this thing didn't sell, right? You guys can see this house was disgusting, right? They're looking for market value, and look at this, right? It's got mold for sure. You definitely have some issues, and it needs work, man. It needs renovation. You can just see that, right? Yeah, people were living in it at that time. Backyard, ooh, backyard is rough. Yeah, definitely rough. So you can tell why this didn't sell. You can just see that right here. Huge lot, by the way, next to a alley, I guess. This is a pretty decent one, and it does have a lien. I mean, it had a list pendants. I don't know why it's not there anymore. It might have been from the previous owner, and it just wasn't wiped. It's fine. Because they did buy it with a quick claim deed, which is interesting right here. So there's definitely motivation here. All right, now let's keep going. Let's go to another one. Let's look up. Here's an expired one. Green Street. We're just looking through. There's a lot of Hollywoods. This is interesting. Why did this pop up here? Outset Worldwide. You know what? I'm going to change some filters here, guys. And I'm going to do individual owners only, which is going to chop this down 5. There we go. Those are the ones I want anyway. All right, something happened here. Oakland Parky. Off market. Right on the lake. Please do not disturb the tenants. So there's tenants in here. There's a list pendant, so somebody's in pre-foreclosure. Here we go. I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to see why are there people in pre-foreclosure. All right, what happened? They should have equity. Their pre-foreclosure is from November of last year, so they're not that far behind. They're about 4 months behind. The original mortgage was $200,000. Nothing crazy. So let's go check out the pre-foreclosure. All right, they tried to list it, and then they took it down. It's kind of a weird house. It's like a boathouse on the lake. God, that's an ugly house. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've actually been to this neighborhood one time to a party a long time ago, and it's like on the lake. Okay, let's go look at the list pendants, right? Let's go look at the pre-foreclosure and see what the heck is going on here. There's your case number. Bam. All right. So the plaintiff is Douglas Alexander Consulting, so not a bank, in my opinion. And the lawsuit was for contract and indebtedness. Let's see what happened. Maybe they signed a contract. Arbitration award. Interesting. Okay. So they agreed to binding arbitration. All right. So something happened where that's a house, looks like 2 trailers stacked together. Yeah, bro, that's an ugly one. What up, Eric Newbold? That's a throwback. What's going on, brother? All right, so they got into some kind of litigation here. They went to arbitration. So there's two forms of resolving a litigation, unless you're just going to dissolve the entire case. There's arbitration and mediation. They went to arbitration per the FAR, which is the standard contract for real estate in Florida. And they specifically agreed to something. And in petitioner to exchange for an adjusted price of $250. Oh. So, and then the prevailing parties, and now some shit went down. So DAC respondents entered into a written agreement concerning the property. Okay, so they were trying to buy it. So these are the buyers suing the sellers, basically. Dispute over the agreement, arbitration before the American, blah, blah, blah. The final award requires specific performance on the agreement and orders responded. So this is a buyer who got his awards, and now he's enforcing it. So Exhibit 1, you can actually see the contract here. Oh, this is juicy. So this was a buyer, fix and flipper more than likely, went into contract with this guy. All of a sudden, sellers probably backed out. Or they found something where they went into a price reduction. I know that that's what happened because in the agreement, their contract, guys, again, I'm just reading the play here, right? Their contract says, and I just showed it to you. Oops. So their contract, which was this one, their contract was for $333. And if you look at the agreement, if you look at the lawsuit, they get awarded $250. So they went in for a reduction and now they're at $250. Right? So there you go. They had an $80K discrepancy, and then the seller just said, probably, screw it. I'm not moving. So what's crazy to me is that they filed this lawsuit in November. I would have been so far along. So yeah, man, definitely a hairy ass situation of what's going on here. And these sellers, I would reach out to them. I'd reach out to them because something's going on, and maybe you could wedge yourself. But they do have an arbitration award, so it's going to be a little tough. But that's a good one. This is another great one. And I'm just flying through it now, guys. I'm just going through. This is like one mini list that I'm building out of all these. They tried to sell this in January. Well, I'll give you a wild guess why this didn't sell. All right? Look at the, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to shit on realtors, but why would you take a picture of this to display what? Traffic? Or bad grass on your driveway? I mean, just, whoa. Big blue tarp. Big blue tarp. I love blue tarps. I love blue tarps. I love them. All right. My man, list pendants. They're in foreclosure for some reason. Someone transferred a deed to one another. Barbaro Alvarez to Barbaro and Genesis. So he added someone to title, and there's a revolving line of credit. All right, let's go through and see what we got here. Here it is. Here's the other list pendant. Boom, bam, beam. Wells Fargo. Boom. I think I remember this guy. I think I spoke to this guy so long ago. I do remember this guy. There was a guy in Hollywood. He had a Wells Fargo loan. Yeah, I do remember this. So foreclosure. Original principal amount, 50 grand. Come on, man. What a shame. So he stopped making payments. He owes 41 grand. Oh, my God. Yeah, this guy's got a ton of equity. All right. And again, these cases are slow. Just slow. These attorneys are no bueno. I would contact Barbaro 100%. If you wanted to, in the app, bam, there's his contact info right here. He's got one number on the do not call, but we don't want to call that one. We want to call that. No, that's fair. Realtors don't give a fuck. Yeah, LOL. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's move on to another list, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's move on to another list. We're gonna clear all the filters. I'm gonna make a hairy list here. I don't know. I'm just gonna spitball here, guys. I'm just gonna freestyle it. All right. So I'm gonna start off with absentee, and then from absentee, I'm gonna go up to 600,000. only single families. I only want individual owners, so that's going to chop that down. 14,187, okay? And now we're going to do absentee. Boom. So that's going to chop it up. So now we got individual owners up to 600,000, absentee owners, individuals, out of state or in state, okay? And another trigger I'm going to put here is I'm going to put a minimum of 40% equity. Why? Because I don't want to deal with upside down stuff. Cool. I'm also going to do minimum length of ownership, 10 years. So I want long-term owners here for equity and for a lot of other purposes, because the longer someone owns something, then you might run into like a deceased list and stuff like that because they've owned it for so long. They might be dead. Now, I got to find a way to chop down that list from 7,400. There's a ton of different ways to do it. If I wanted to, I could go after deceased probates. That's only 91. But I say only, but that's a really, really, really motivated list, okay? Or I can go to divorce. It's 11. There's got to be more divorces than that. But divorces are hard to find, so I will say that. General liens, there's only 8. HOA liens, 12. Judgments, I like judgments. List pendences, so pre-foreclosures. Mechanics liens. Why don't we just check that one out, huh? And there's only 26 of these things. So loan to value, let me take this off, see what happens. 27, not a big difference. Boom, boom, beam. Let's see what the hell we have here. Active. Here we go. Active property. I don't like it. Next. Let's keep going. I'm going to filter, by the way, for has photos. Oh, right there. Don't go any further. Don't go any further. Don't go any further. This was withdrawn in 2024. That's all I need to know. All I need to see is wall unit, wall unit, wall unit. The app work anywhere in the country? Yes, sir, it does. This is nationwide data. Matter of fact, give me your county, Eric, and I'll work out some leads here for you. I'll show you. All right, this is a great one. I like it. I like it a lot. Sold as is. Boom. That's all I need to hear right there. New roof. Tenant occupied. That's their problem. It's probably the tenants. This house has a 3-bed, 3-bath, mortgage helper, extra income generator. That's an efficiency that's illegal for sure. Owner can live in the front and rent out the 2 rooms in the back. Oh man, this is typical Miami shit. Both rooms have attached bathrooms and independent entrances. Additional units can be built. Please check with the city of Hollywood. Okay. I already know what's going down here. Mechanics lien, $13,250 for the roofer. The guy, my man, never paid for the roof. Or, I don't know, it looks like this looks like a new roof, but I don't know why the hell oh, there's the new roof right there. See, the shingle. So he didn't pay his roofer from the looks of it. He also has a mortgage for $190. So he's definitely got equity. I like it. I would do this. This house is probably worth, they wanted $450. Is that right? When they listed $479. 2024, they're probably going to want more. But the house, this is a 1-1. Really, it's a 3-2. But, the house is probably worth, Problem is it's tiny, man. It's got to be reconverted into a 3-2. So, it's probably worth in the mid-6s, I would say. But this is a good one. All right, let's go over to my man, Eric Newbold. All right. We're going to go Marion County, right? Marion. Oops. Indiana, right? Here you go. I'm going to clear out all my filters. How many properties do we have? 306,897, my man. That's a lot. We're going to start trimming this down. I only want single families. I'm going to go tax delinquent, Eric. And what's your median home price? What price should I not go over, Eric? You tell me. This is your market. And I'm going to do absentee owner. Okay. And I also only want individual, ownership. I don't want any LLCs or anything like that. 1,249. That's Indianapolis. I love it. What's your median home price, brother? All right, so I got a pretty solid list here. Let me go through this. Indianapolis is a big market. Huge market. So I'm going to filter by distress score. Where is it? Distress score. Yes. What's your median home price, brother? Is it 350, 450? What? I mean, by the looks of it, I'd probably say 325, 350. So this looks like a, let's check this out. This sold in 2023. This is an investment property, it says. Okay. That house is still probably jacked up. Who owns this? Marina Peralta. Most homes are 200 to 400. All right. So then what we're going to do is I'm not going to go over. Let's see what happens if I go to 300. 1,168. Perfect. Here we go. Our app, by the way, pulls from the MLS and off market. So looking for a house close to downtown. Great opportunity to enjoy country style. Okay, here we go. Boop. Wow, that's a lot of land. It's good stuff. That is a lot of land with a lot of shit on it. 250K officially. All right, 2024. I don't see a lot of motivation on this one. According to Zillow. Come on, man. Don't rely on Zillow. I'm going to do deceased probate too. There we go. 25 people. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. This sold. Ooh, this sold. Oh my God, this sold for 155. Somebody, I don't even know this market, but I think somebody got a great deal here. I could be wrong. I'm not wrong. Nope, that's a great deal. This house is worth all of mid 200s, maybe high 200s. Somebody got a good deal here. Somebody got a good deal here. Look at all the snow. That's just like South Florida. No, I'm just kidding. We don't get that. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This one is the highest distress score that ranked. So this property, just so you guys understand, is on the absentee owner, cash buyer, free and clear, recently delinquent, deceased probate. It's got it all, okay? And it's got 100% equity, so it should be tax delinquent. Diana Spencer, there's an affidavit from 2023. Don't really know for what. Oh yeah, it's probably for the probate. Here it is. So if I wanted to, I could look that up. As a matter of fact, let me try to see something here. Marion County. Let me try to do Ocala. Oh yeah, we also have a Marion County. Marion County, Indiana. Assessor. I think that's the right one, Eric. What do you think? You would know. Let's check this out. Parcel number? No. What if I try to? There we go. Oh, good. This is one of these auto populates. Boom. Got it. Bingo. I gotta start using some of these. See, I got like little sound effects. All right, property record card. I don't want that. I want the parcel sales. No, that's not what I want. Okay, hold up. Wait a second. Yes, sir. Generating property card. Why does it download you though? I don't want to download. What? You guys don't have like a map? What kind of crap is this? Okay, well, fair. Here we go. I don't know what that is. All right, let me go back. You guys don't have like a GIS or something? Interesting. You guys don't really have property checker. Yeah, that's what we have here. That's tough, buddy. That's tough. Well, let's stay on this. So this is a deceased probate property. The probate was done in 2023. It doesn't really have a lien. It has an affidavit on it because of the probate being complete. So that's really good. That's a deal that I would go after for sure. Anybody else have a county they want me to go into? I see like 15 people on here, so don't be shy. If not, I'm going to revert back to where I'm at. All right, I'm just going to show you guys. I'm on rapid fire mode here. I'm going to go into Orlando, Florida. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to do Orange County, which is the county for Orlando, Florida. You guys know Mickey Mouse, right? Orange County, Florida. All right. It's a big county. So you got how many properties? 13 properties with these El Paso County, Colorado. All right. Since you said it, I'll do it. El Paso County. Boom. Here we go. Randolph County, North Carolina. Give me a second, Jerry. Let me hit Jim here with some knowledge. There are 0 properties with all those filters, Jim. Here we go. All right. So we're going to go single family. Guys, again, you could build up any one of these lists. This is literally how I pull my lead list. My team markets to them. We get deals. It's literally as simple as I'm making it right now. This is probably one of the most, if not the most important part of your business is building lists, underwriting them, the way that we teach you how to do it with reverse flip, and then marketing to them. It's really that easy. I would argue that the marketing is the easy side. This is really not that big of a deal. So tax delinquent, and I'm going to do individual owners. I don't want any LLCs. Great, that chopped it down. And why not absentee owner? 943. Okay. See what happens. Polk County, Osceola County. All right, well, too late. I'm just kidding. Your houses look pretty with the snow and stuff. I like this one. It's got 1% equity. Geez. No, I don't like this one. Never mind. Let me do this. Where's it at? Equity, there we go. Minimum 30%. That's going to chop it down. Good. So you could also set up searches, guys. And if I like this search, I just hit save search, and then boom, you'll get notified with new leads that come into that marketplace. So let me see this. This was you know what I need to do? My bad, guys. I need to add a minimum ownership length of 10 years because I don't want anything that's sold recently. So there you go, 536. Bam, bam. Yeah, give me some likes, guys. If you like this, share this. And by the way, if you want to know, next time I'll go live will be tomorrow at noon. I go live every day except for Sunday. Hit the little like and subscribe button, the little bell. You'll get notified every time I go live, so you won't miss one. All right, I like this one. This one's got, let me see this. Single family owned by David Laurie. When's the last time he bought this? 2011. He got an interfamily transfer. And according to this, he is tax delinquent. Do I see that this does skip tracing as well? Yes, very accurate. Yes, it's right here. So if I like this guy, I could just boop. It's a DNC, so at your own risk. But you have all their phone numbers right here, all their email addresses, right? That's already included. So if you get the app includes 25,000 records every single month. It resets every single month. So you get them all with skip tracing as well. So it really is an all-in-one. That's all I can tell you. All right. So again, built to list in El Paso. Now I'm going to go to Randolph County. Is that the next person? Yeah, Randolph County. I must have spelled that wrong. Randolph? Okay. Randolph County. Randolph. There's no way it didn't pop up as Randolph at all. Is Deal Finder by zip code or county? It's you could do zip code or county. I like county and then driving it down. That's because I'm in a very hot market. So basically all my zip codes are hot, but you could do it either way. Nothing's popping up for Randolph, sir. Randolph. Even with one F, nothing's popping up there. Let me try North Carolina. Just try something different. Randolph County. Where is that? What's like one city in Randolph County? I don't know. Asheboro, I guess. Randolph. Got it. Got it. There we go. That makes sense. Forgive me. I'm not from, North Carolina, but I should have guessed that. Randolph. Where's NC, dude? There we go. Got him. All right, let me clear my filters. Bam, bam. Here we go. Single family. Guys, why I do single family, I'm just removing townhomes, land, multis. You can keep it if you want, but we're in the residential game, right? So that's what I'm doing. And again, your county, your state is a non-disclosure state. So it's actually really hard to get data there. Not impossible, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to filter for liens. Would you be able to look up this property, Wellington, Florida? Yeah, I would. I would. So let me see what kind of liens we want. Well, that's not going to work. List pendants. All right, so you got 12 pre-foreclosures there. Finding a lot of unknown air foreclosures, but here spreads aren't as high, ARV 50%. Most are like 20 to 30K. I think I'm going to try this app for Indianapolis. Yeah, man, if your marketplace doesn't have like 50K spreads, that's fine. Go for 20 to 30s. That's all good. So this is negative equity, sold in 2024, so we don't like that. It's too recent. List pendants, here's your pre-foreclosure. You can see the case number here if you wanted to look it up. So mortgage of $42,000. Oh my God, it's got a lot of equity, man. So this might be a good deal for you. Let's look at another one. Let's look up another list. And you could always just X out of like certain things. Just pop back out. Deceased probate, there really wasn't that many. There was only 5. And again, you don't have to go this granular. You could just stay with, hey, I want absentee owners. I mean, that's 88. That's 11,781. And then just start to, individually own. Great. That chops it down a little bit, right? So absentee, not a problem. There we go. You could look up withdrawn, expired, canceled. If I do that, it's not going to be, 68, you see? And then you do some off market. You got 87. Great. Or you could take all these off. Stay with the 8,900. Cool. You could do pre-foreclosures. You could do utility liens. 3 of them. Let's see what's going on over here. Boom, 100% equity. Hifsa Rashid. I like this guy. This gentleman passed away. There, some affidavit of death. They bought it for 87. Cool. So they definitely have equity. All right. this? Robert Moore. Tax government lien, $400. City lien for $6,000. $396 for utility lien. Last time they bought this was 2000. Robert Moore's the owner. Pops up on all these liens. Let's go take a look at what the heck this property looks like. Boom. Oh. So I assume it's somewhere over here. Or it was somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. Don't tell me it's that thing. Or somewhere in this jungle. I don't know where it is. What's the name of the software? It's called the RF Deal Finder. You can see it here on the little ticker below. The RF Deal Finder. I'll actually give me 1 second. I'll give you the link. Let me 1 second. I got it here somewhere. Well, you can see it below in the ticker. All right. You definitely see it there. So here it is. So here's the link. And I'm going to copy that in the comments. Here you go. You guys should see it there. All right, so this was a house, and this got demoed. So, Sir Jerry, I would market to this for sure as a vacant piece of land. There was a house here for sure. Got destroyed. He's got liens on it. He's got violations on it. I like it. I'm going to look up this property over here, which is, my man was asking for Wellington. And then I got to jump. So we'll do 1432 White Pine Drive, Wellington. Boom. There it is. All right. So it looks like a duplex. There is a loan from 2003, so it's an old ass loan. So it definitely has a lot of equities. As Wellington, which is a nice little ritzy area. It's saying it's worth about $1 million. I can believe that. Absentee owner, high equity, and then there's a list pendants. There was a list pendants, so it's probably the HOA. No, it was JP Morgan. Fernando Ricardo is the owner. I wanted to see if it's worth going after. I mean, he has a list pendants. He's been in foreclosure a couple times, and then it got released. It got released May of last year, so he might be out of it now. He's got a ton of equity, so he doesn't really have like a tremendous amount of motivation. Let me just double check something for you. Palm Beach County civil case search. So I'm just gonna go look up the foreclosure. Here we go. Continuous guest. I'm not a robot. Let's go. Case number. Yeah. All right. There's your case number. So I just pulled up the pre-foreclosure. Then I'm going to go to the docket. And guess it was just voluntarily dismissed. The complaint is right here. Let's look at why it was filed. JP Morgan, 2003. Yeah, I mean, the principal sum is 50 grand. I mean, you could go after it. I just don't see a tremendous amount of value or a tremendous amount of motivation there. But not a bad lead, not good either. Just kind of eh. And the house is obviously worth a lot of money. So you have like crazy comps over here. I wouldn't count those though. I would really stick over here. I think the house is probably worth in the $1 million range, but there's not a lot of comps there. So anyway, guys, this was awesome. There was a lot of you. There was a lot of feedback. A lot of people. Love the questions. Love the deal review. As always, I will be back tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow, Saturday, noon. Always Eastern Standard Time. If you ever want your deal reviewed live, kind of like these people, scan that QR code right there. Our app, the one that I've been using right here, is the RF Deal Finder. Pop into that website. You can sign up for it. It's month to month, $147 a month. All of that is included. By the way, if you sign up now, you're also going to get my mastery course included, which is stupid value, but we're giving it away. So appreciate you guys. Have a nice day. Take care. Going to grab this app now. There isn't a beautiful word to put on the coupon code field. Is there? Yeah, get it now. That's the word. So I'll see you guys. Take care.